3, 2, 1. So, hello and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name's Abdul Sulayman, and in this video, we'll be doing a very quick preview show for the men's 83 kg class, 93 kg class, and 105s. So, to get straight into it, we're just going to crack it right away with the 83s. The 83 kg class is going to be an exciting one so far. We're going to have Durance Kengamu, Sahida Regbe, aka Kunz, Hamza Bam, Luke Wilson, Adebiyi Omosakin. Let me get the Nigerian pronunciation right. Ade on Instagram, Carl Burnett, Sun Hill, Garnam, and Tobias Rogers. All phenomenal athletes. But we're going to go like we did last time. We're going to talk about the battle for third position, the battle for second, and honestly, if you're just going to have Durance at the top, there's no battle there. But before we get into things, let's break it down with third place. So in third position and potentially third and second, it's going to be a battle between Hamza, Sahid, and also Ade. Now, I feel it's mostly going to be a battle between Kunz and Ade, but I'd like to throw Hamza in there just in case one of these lifters don't have a great day. Same as Luke Wilson also, who has an amazing squat himself. So either of those lifters might be able to edge in, but I think we'll just focus on Kunz, Ade, and Hamza for this third position battle. Now, looking at the squats, because it's going to go squat, bench, deadlift. In squats, Ade definitely has the highest potential out of all three of these lifters. Ade has squatted a massive 290 kg, while Hamza has squatted 257.5 and Kunz has squatted 240. Now, in the gym, Kunz has posted a 240 for 2 while training. We haven't really seen anything more than that in the gym so far. While Hamza doesn't necessarily post a lot, but that 257.5 he did look like he had an extra lot of room to grow on that, so maybe a 260, 262.5, who knows. And Ade has that monstrous 290, but he has not shown it on the platform. That 290 was done in the gym. Now, going into the bench also, Ade has the bigger bench in this group also. He's benched 180 in training. And I think he also did close to the last meet he did. He's benched 180 in training. Kunz has benched around 165 in competition. He's attempted 172.5, but I think I haven't seen anything on his social media to give me the incentive that he's made progress on his bench. I think he'll be aiming for that 172.5, maybe 175 he missed in his last 2 competitions he attempted it. So I'll be very excited to see whether they can bring a 175 bench and get closer to Ade. While also Hamza is around the 172.5 kg mark range. I think he might be able to bump that to a 175, maybe a 177.5. I'm not entirely sure how he'll perform, but I think Ade will be leading in the squat potentially, and Ade also be leading in the bench, so you have a bigger subtotal than these other two lifters going towards the deadlifts. Now, when it comes to deadlifts, Ade then falls behind. So if Ade is having a good day, and if he squats anywhere close to that 290 he's done, he will be in a very, very good position for that second position. But Ade's best deadlift is 308 in competition. He's pulled 312.5 in training. But we don't know where Ade is at health-wise. This is a little knock on confidence for me. Kunz has a massive 343 kg he's done in competition, and he's also done 342.5 for ascending sets. Like he worked up in multiple triples and he hit 342 for a double, which is insane. Like, and that was a while ago. So I reckon his deadlift is in the 350, maybe even 360 range. Who knows? But Kunz would definitely be loading whatever he needs on the bar to pull for second position, or potentially pull to make that A standard set by Henry Tush. Now, Hamza is around 302.5. I think Hamza has a lot of potential in his deadlift also. He's around the 310 range. Nowhere close to what Kunz will be doing himself. While Ade is around the 312 range. So I reckon Hamza and Ade will have similar deadlifts. But just because Sahid has such a massive deadlift, and he might be able to just stay in the pack with his squat and bench, more of a little subtotal being behind, I think he'll be able to pull what is needed for second position. Now, for first position, we have the one and only Durance Kengamu. I mean, Durance training right now is looking insane. His best numbers in training are 300 kg squat. He's done 310, and he recently posted 312.5 on a day he said he was tired. Like, That's nuts. Durance is doing insane things right now on squats in the 83 kg class in general. 177.5 kg bench, he's posted an easy 177.5, like a second attempt. A 322.5 deadlift, he's posted a 330 double, and also posted that 332.5 single he did on his SPD day. So Durance looks amazing. Lord knows what he's going to do on the day. I'm not going to put a limit on this man. He could do 830, 850, 860, 900, who knows. But first position, Durance Kangamu. Second position, Saheed. Third position, Ade. And fourth position, Hamza. That would be my pick for the 83 kg class. Next up, we have the 93 kg class. Now, if there is a battle, this class is insanely stacked. Like, first to eighth, it's just insane. A lot of lifters with a lot of potential. One lifter stands apart in the group, generally speaking. But let's get into it. Third position, the lifters I'm going to pick for my battle for third. In fact, I'm going to do... okay, so I'm going to start off with this way. Christian is going to do an amazing job in the competition. I think Christian will have a good day. I don't know how hard Christian was going to push. The only reason, and I know Christian has been saying he's not feeling the best. If you know him personally, if you've been following him on social media, you know he's been dealing with quite a few things. Unless something really, really terrible happens where he's unable to train, I think Christian is most likely to win this. Now, everyone else is also battling. Now, if we're not getting 100% Christian, a lot of these lifters can edge into position. And now let me just list it off. So first of all, we have Maxwell, the guy who came into powerlifting in his first competition and totaled 800 out of nowhere. Insane standard. He doesn't post a lot, very limited posting. First competition was a random local gym. Then he did whiny and he set the unofficial record for the 93 kg class in his second competition, and the third one he'll be doing British Nationals. He has been training for a long time, and these are numbers he's been pulling even if you go back on his social media back in 2019, 2020. But he's a very, very well-rounded lifter who's just gotten pure gym strong. The question is whether with a coach can refine that strength and get a lot better. We're yet to see what he'll be able to perform on the day. But we have Maxwell in there. We have Adam Fulat, who's been looking for a good meet for a long period of time. We have William Pickering, who a lot of people underestimate, I feel like, because Will hasn't had a good comp in a while. He was the second person to go over 800 in the 93 kg class. I think he deserves a lot of respect in this class, and he will definitely be making a pull for podium if possible. And then just behind them, we have Aaron Blackmore with a massive 290 kg squat, which he might do more on the day. We have Ryan Duffield with a massive 320 kg deadlift, who might pull somewhere around the 330s, who give or take. We have a lot of stacked lifters behind them: Callum Goddard, Giuseppe, Declan, Thomas Knapp, and a massive shout out to Emmanuel, who's also an avid powerlifter and he's just started recently. So now let's break it down. In the squats, Christian's best competition squat is 287.5. Maxwell's best squat is 290 kg. Adam Fulat's best squat is 292.5, and then William Pickering's best squat is 287.5. So there's not a lot of gap between those lifters. It's 5 kg max between the biggest and the smallest squat. Now, going into the bench, these lifters are also close again. Christian has a massive 195 kg bench. Maxwell has a 205 kg bench, which looked relatively comfortable. Adam Fuller has a 192.5 kg bench, where he's benched 197.5 quite a few times in the gym now, and he's also benched 200 before, and also Will has benched 185. Now, out of all these lifters, I think Will falls slightly behind in comparison to Maxwell, Christine, and Adam. They're all benching very, very closely to the 200 kg mark. Maxwell leading potentially in this stage. So there again, I'll say Christine, Maxwell, and Adam, subtotal wise, will be very, very close if all lifters get all 3 attempts, while Will just falling slightly behind. But Will has also benched a massive 190 kg in the gym. I don't know if we'll be able to replicate that, if it's beyond that. So there's a good chance, subtotal wise, everyone might be in the same place, because all these lifters are very similar, apart from Christian and Will, to be fair. They're all very, very good subtotal athletes. Very good squat, around the same mark, 290, and then around the same bench, 190 to 200, and Maxwell slightly leading in that department. And then we get into the deadlifts. Now, this is where it gets interesting. And this is where Kristen pulls ahead of the group. Kristen has that massive, that legendary 360 kg deadlift we saw in Euros. Impressive pull. It'll be very exciting to see what he's able to bring out on the day. I think he'll be good for around 350, 360 again, 345, who knows. I think he'll be able to pull whatever he needs to pull, and comfortably he'll be pulling last. So he gets to decide what he wants to do. Next up, we have Will, who's deadlifted a massive 335 kg before. I've seen him hit 330 kg in the gym. He has struggled though over the last 2 competitions to pull over 330 again. I think he's been having some injuries, hip. I think he has some ankle injuries also, or back. So I think Will's in a good position, hopefully, for this competition. He's not shared a lot, but I think he's training very intently, hoping to basically put his name back on the map. Will has the second biggest deadlift in this group with that massive 335. And then we have Maxwell with a 317.5 kg deadlift, which moved relatively comfortable. The last competition it did. And then we have Adam just slightly behind with his best deadlifting competition being 315, but he's also pulled 320 in the gym. Out of all those lifters, I think Will be able to make some gain that he's lost on the bench when it comes to deadlifts. Now the question is that third deadlift going to be good enough to secure second position or even challenge Kristen? I don't know. Based off what I can see, I think squat and bench, all lifters are very similar, and Will is slightly behind. Deadlifts, Will is slightly further ahead. The question is, can he replicate that third deadlift when it's needed? Based off what I've seen on social media, Adam looks very good. Deadlift wise, I think he had a slight hip injury too, but he's also always struggled with the deadlift. So I think he'll be able to secure that 320 that he was able to pull in the gym and potentially bring down the platform. Maxwell is the known card because that 317.5 was very, very smooth. But if he does push on the squat, would that affect his deadlift? No one knows entirely on the day. And then Kristen, 360, you can't argue with that. That's a massive deadlift. So for first position, I have Kristen. For second position, this is a tough pick. I think for second, I'm going to go with Maxwell. I think just because he's got this raw strength, like it just seems like it's untapped. Now he might just be a lifter who's maximized his leverages and strength so far, just based off the length of time he's been training at. He might just be looking to bring a more refined performance rather than the bigger total. I don't know, but I think just due to the anomaly that he is, like he's only 3 minutes into the sport and he's totaling over 800. I think he'll be able to pop a big enough subtotal that he can pull something comfortable to secure second position. Now for third, or very, very closely. Now, this is how it's going to go. Adam will be pulling first. I think that's what's going to happen because he has the least potential for a big deadlift out of this group. Still a massive deadlift, 320. He'll pull first and potentially be pulling to secure first position or even second. He might be pulling first if he has a great subtotal day, a big squat and a big bench, 300, 200, that's massive. I think that 320 will put him around a 920 kg total, secure first position, right? Temporarily. Now, Maxwell would also be pulling to chip whatever Adam does. I don't see anyone overshooting. I think everyone will be playing this little chipping game where Adam comes in, sets a deadlift, and he secures it. Now, the question is, can Maxwell hit his deadlift and go over Adam? And then afterwards will be, can Will pull a massive deadlift, maybe 335, maybe 340, to overcome those two lifters and place second? Because I don't think Will's not going to pull for third. Like, Will might never pull for second. Will might be pulling to secure first, right? And then Kristen will come out with the big deadlift and also just secure his first position. So I think Kristen first. I'm going to go with Maxwell second. I think Max will be able to pull it off. I think Adam would have set a total big enough that it will force Will to pull a big deadlift. And if he doesn't get it, he falls into that fourth position. Now, this could easily turn into Kristen first, Will second, Maxwell third, Adam fourth, or Kristen first, Will second, Adam third, Maxwell fourth. Those lifters can change position very quickly. Like, it's going to be a very, very interesting day. I think I'm going to settle with first for Christian, second for Maxwell, third for Adam, and fourth for Will. 105s, we have myself, we have Ben Pape, we have Sanchez Dillian, we have CJ, we have Yando, we have Eric, we have Marvelous James, phenomenal lifter, we have Owen Leggett, phenomenal coach, the owner of EST, we have Maxwell, we have Tom Parker, and we have Mahin Zafar, absolute legend himself. All these are phenomenal lifters. It's going to be an amazing competition. Personally, for myself, anything could happen on the day. I'm just going to go my first quick brief. I'm going to be looking to push as much as I can on the day. I think I want to go all out in this meet if I have the opportunity to. Training has gone amazingly well, but I've also suddenly suffered some injuries like I normally do. But I'm overcoming those. It's just little hiccups in the plan. So we'll see what happens on the day. See if I can bench, see if I can squat properly, see if I can deadlift without any issues. But hopefully it's a nice day and we are able to surpass the previous 897.5 kg total that I have registered at South Africa, which was a very long time ago. And hopefully I'm a lot stronger than that. So for second position, I think it's Pape also will be looking to push on the day. I don't know how much he'll be looking to push. I see him definitely getting closer and closer to that 900 kg mark. A massive squatter, squatted 325, probably squat over that, benched 190 and deadlifted 360. Phenomenal lifter. I think you'll have an amazing day and I'm very excited to see what he puts up. Also an amazing coach and part of the EST team too, so it'll be very interesting to see what he has and what he can pop on that day. Now for the battle for third position, there are a lot of lifters that are going to be pulling for this. Now there is Sanchez Dillian, right? Massive 260 kg squat, 180 kg bench, 355 kg deadlift. We have CJ, very young rising lifter, 275 kg squat, a 205 kg bench, and a 300 deadlift. And then we also have Yando, and then we also have Eric Vermeulen, who is also called Boy Meets Weight on Instagram. Now let's break this down. Sanchez's best squat is 260. I've seen him do 275. CJ's best squat is 275. I've seen him hit 260 at like an opener. So I think he's very close to that 280 range, maybe even more, who knows. And then also Yando's finally found his steam. He's coming back up. He's done 282.5. I've seen him squat 290 on an SPD day. And then also Eric, who has squatted 240, which is the least in this pack, but he's also squatted 270 recently on social media. It's not calibrated plates, so I don't know how it's going to translate onto comp day, but it'll be very interesting to see whether he can go around 260, 270 maybe. Going into the bench, now Sanchez has a 180 kg bench. CJ will pull ahead of the pack. He has that massive 212.5 kg bench, which is popped very recently, and he doesn't show a lot, so I feel like that 212 must have moved like good enough to know he knows he has more on the day, and he doesn't feel like this is something he needs to hide as a weapon for competition. Yando has benched 175. He recently posted a 182.5 kg bench, and then Eric has made massive gains on his performance since the last time he competed, and he's done a 185 kg bench in the gym, but then non-calibrated plates on the pure gym setup. I don't know how that would translate. Either he feels amazing on comp day because he's been training with terrible kit and he goes there, trains with Lico, has a fun day, puts up 180, 185 comfortably, or he struggles to meet the competition standards just due to the environment he's been training in. I don't know. I think just benching 185 in pure gym means you have 200 kg in bench, honestly. So I'll go with him potentially getting that 185 to standard. But now going to the deadlifts, Sanchez has a monster pull. He's previously hit 355 kg before. I've seen him hit 350 pretty comfortably, while CJ has hit 300, but he's hit a 310 kg pull. Yando has hit 300 also, but has also pulled 310 in the gym. Very easy and comfortable. And then Eric also has another massive pull with that 362.5 he's done in the gym. Now the question is, can he translate it to comp day? Eric looks very exciting. Eric, that 362.5 is massive. The only worry for me with Eric is competition standard. That's the only worry. I think he'll have a great day, but I think it's a tough battle between Sanchez and CJ and Yando. I think all those lifters are doing well, but I think the Sanchez just pulls ahead with that 355. He gets to load whatever he wants on the day. So CJ will be leading on subtotal. CJ will set up a big enough total, probably around the 800 kg mark, and see what Sanchez needs to pull. Same with Yando. Yando also pull. I think all those lifters will potentially do over 800. I think. Sanchez and Eric have the biggest potential to pull and change podium spots, guaranteed. I think Sanchez, that 355 will be big enough for him to hold up for anyone coming for his third position. I think Eric might make a stab for that third pull, load something massive on the deadlift. He might pull it off, secure third, but just due to lack of competition experience and training equipment, I'll just give Sanchez that green light for third position. But CJ and also Yando will be very, very close. Now, if Sanchez misses a squat, if Sanchez misses a deadlift, any of these guys can sneak in very close by. But for my positions, I have myself for first position, second Ben Pape, and then third I'll go with Sanchez, with boy meets weight very, 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 very close behind, and then CJ with that massive bench also being there, and Yando coming together as a true 105 athlete. I think you also have an amazing day. So that concludes the preview show for this round. It's a bit rushed. I got very distracted by the whole USAPL competitions, but that's all done and wrapped up, and hopefully we catch you for the women's preview show.